Welcome to Inside Design with Kandrak and Cole, hosted by two nationally published Atlanta interior designers, Joanne Kandrak and Kelly Cole. These energetic women are also world travelers, charity givers, and bloggers with a wealth of information to share and stories to tell about the interior design world. Okay, now just a warning, this is going to be fun and not too serious. After all, they still do have an interior design business running at full speed.
Hi, everybody. This is Joanne Kandrak with Inside Design with Kandrak and Cole. Today is our episode number 45, and we are just coming up on our 1-year anniversary of the podcast. Woohoo! Yay! So thank you, everybody, for listening. Today, we're talking about the secrets of a successful vacation rental. So we started this conversation about the VRBO, AirBNB, and vacation rentals in our last episode, 44. And we talked about what big business this has become. And we're very excited to be able to work towards having some kind of an impact in this business for owners, managers, and really for the general public. Because the varied offering of rentals is really quite fascinating.
It is.
You can go down a rabbit hole when you're searching, but it really is kind of fun. So first we'll talk about a couple of the just over-the-top luxury rentals.
So you may be wondering kind of like, well, why are these interior designers, why do they keep talking about vacation rentals? Like, why is that relevant? Well, we have just kind of decided that this is a niche that we want to dive into because we are big travelers and we carry our design eyes with us wherever we go. And it's kind of like, for us, sitting in a doctor's office that is not designed well and it's just so painful. We feel the same way about vacation rentals when you look at them online, about how they're marketed and how they're presented.
The other thing too is like as designers, we do a lot of residential, but we also do a lot of commercial. And so I feel like a vacation rental falls right in the middle of that.
Yeah.
It has to be, it has to look residential. It can't look like a doctor's office, but it also has to be able to withstand the pure, sense of use.
Yeah.
So having those two kinds of experience, I think will really help us to help people. And when I see certain things, and we'll talk about that, I have to believe that people really just don't know.
They really don't. We assume that they do because it's so natural to us. But when we're looking at these rentals online and we're cringing and it pains me that they're probably not getting rented because of very simple things that the owners or managers could be doing. So we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly today. And we're going to start off with a luxury rental that we found in Santorini, Greece on luxuryretreats.com. So if you go to luxuryretreats.com, go and search and type in 120744.
12074. Yep, that's it.
And it's called the Nafsika Nafsika Estate. So it rents for $5,800 to $10,000 per night. But it is perched up on the cliffs, and it includes, this is so awesome, an airport transfer. Or, if you have your own jet or, transportation, you can use the villa's helipad to arrive. And you get your little welcome basket. And there's all this pool, lounging areas, built-in barbecue, maid service, not once, but twice daily. And they have 2 fully equipped kitchens. And then because you're up on the cliff, you might need help getting to the beach. So they transport you there. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on.
Yeah. If you are not near a computer, some of these places you literally really have to see. So if you go onto our website, kandrak-cole.com, and hit the podcast tab, and then go to this episode 45, it tells you exactly how to get into these to see them. A couple of these you just would not believe.
It's so amazing.
Yeah. So of course, these rentals are all over the world, but I did a little bit of research. I was having some fun. So there was this place in California in Redondo Beach. This is another one on Luxury Retreats. You type in Redondo Beach Luxury in the search bar. So this place is just a mere $3,900 a night
But split that with a bunch of couples because it has 7 bedrooms.
It has 7 bedrooms.
You're golden.
Yeah, really. Sometimes if you look at these numbers, don't freak out because if you're splitting with people, you're actually staying in a place that you probably could never afford.
Yeah.
If it was a luxury hotel.
Yeah.
So this one has 7,800 square feet, 7 bedrooms, 6 baths. It's beachfront. Another one sitting on a hillside, has these waterfall features, the pool, and there's, if you want the pool heated, if you're there in the winter, there's just a slight pool heating charge of $200.
That's not bad.
It's not bad. There's a theater in there. Once again, fully equipped kitchen, which has to be.
Yeah.
Fire pit, basketball court, and it's only 10 miles from
LAX.
From LAX.
Wow.
So
That's cool.
How cool.
Yeah. So like Joanne said, this is a rabbit hole, people, when you start going down and looking at like what your options are. But there's a couple that we found that are really unique. And one of them is right here in our town of Atlanta. And you may have read about it. It's gotten a lot of press, but it's called the Secluded In-Town Treehouse. It's literally a treehouse room that you can rent for $375 a night. And I've heard many movie stars and famous people have gone there, and just because it's like so hidden and so,
but believe it or not, okay, so we're talking the world.
Okay.
It is considered the number 1 most wished for listing worldwide.
In Atlanta.
Right here in our backyard.
That's crazy. They have 329 5-star reviews. Now, I believe in reviews. I write a lot of reviews. I think they're something to really pay attention to. So this treehouse, it's been on the Today Show. It's been in Architectural Digest, Travel and Leisure. But here's the thing. It's only a retreat for 2 people. It has 3 separate rooms, and they're connected by these rope bridges. So the whole concept behind this treehouse is this whole kind of mind, body, spirit environment. Yeah. So,
okay, so there's the Mind Room is a sitting room. This has antique furnishings and artifacts, including an 80-year-old window of pressed butterfly wings.
Stop it.
A plaster cast of a Siberian tiger paw, fossils, and it has a balcony that overlooks this like lush wooded area.
Oh my God. And then the bedroom, when you go and read about it, it boasts the world's best bedding, which is parachute sheeting. We didn't know about this, but check it out, parachutehome.com. It's 100% long staple Egyptian cotton and pure linen, and the bed is equipped with wheels, so you can pull it inside or roll it out depending on where you want to sleep. Come on. That's so cool.
It's like you kind of would feel like a kid, sort of,
Oh, yeah.
like a little
Yeah.
adventure. And then there's the hammock deck, which is the spirit part of it. This is completely open to the elements, immersed in thick greenery. It surrounds a 165-year-old, I've never heard of a southern shortleaf pine tree, the largest of the 7 trees that support this treehouse suite.
I mean, it really is like luxury rustic to the highest degree. Yeah. So, but $375 a night for that kind of experience?
Yeah.
Is it booked for like...
It must.
Can you even... Did you check on to see? We should go in and try and book something and see how far you have to wait.
I'm sure in the dead of winter, like right now.
Well, yeah.
Maybe not.
Because it really is totally open.
Yeah, but you probably don't want to go when it's really hot either, although it's probably very cool because of all of the trees and stuff.
I'm sure.
All right, this next place, I seriously want to go to it.
Let's
go.
I
mean, like, I think that's what could happen. You start searching and then you find something and it just kind of strikes you and you think, you know what? I could totally do this.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, so this is another one. You've got to go to the website. It's called Old Smock Mill, SMOCKMILL.com. It is in England. It only rents for 175 to 380 euro. Now, when you see these ranges of price, it's based on peak season and off season.
Yeah.
So even at the highest 380, when I tell you about this,
so 380 euros is like 425 or so. Yeah.
So if you want to treat yourself while you're in Europe for a couple nights, it's an old windmill that was built in the 1800s.
Oh my God. An old windmill. So it's super duper romantic. Again, it only is for 2 people. But they've got the really, really large, heavy beams and the high ceilings, and it's surrounded by castles and gardens. And there's a train station with a fast link to London. So when you stay there, you can get to London in under an hour. So
Yeah,
you
so you're
leave
not-
your little oasis.
Yes, exactly.
And then you go shop at Harrods.
All right, now this part really got me. But when you see the photos, it looks like something really out of a storybook.
Yeah.
So the owners welcome you with fresh flowers picked from their amazing gardens, and then a basket filled with a selection of produce that's in season from their
Yes.
gardens, including fresh brown eggs from their friendly organic chickens. Seriously, if you go to any site, go to this one, because when you see the inside, you're going to want to go there. It's just cozy. I just can't.
Oldsmocksmail.com.
Can't describe it.
Yeah, that's so cool. So here's another one that we found that's here in Atlanta again. We just live in a cool city. We're very lucky. And it's called The Ark, and it's on Lake Lanier. So if you want to go check it out, it's Ark, A-R-K, on lakelanier.com. So this is a family-owned place. It's really, they've turned it into a business and a ministry because it's so big that they have partnered with a lot of area churches and other corporations to have retreats here. So you can rent it for $4,000 to $5,000 a night or $31,000 for the week. But it sounds like a lot, but it's got 14 bedrooms, okay, and 12 bathrooms. So it sleeps 45 people in the main house, and then it has these cute little cabins all around.
If somebody wants a little bit of privacy.
Yeah.
Hot tub, pool and separate pool house, a fire pit, full-size lighted volleyball court, basketball, billiards, ping pong, home theater, large chef's kitchen, 3 full-size refrigerator freezers.
Oh my God.
So when you look at the pictures, if you had like family reunion, 45 people.
Yeah.
I didn't do the math. Like, what would that be?
But if you had let's say my family's not big enough for the Christmas reunion that we do every year, but like if we had a really big family reunion or even like these corporations.
You could have a small wedding there probably.
Oh, for
If you were
sure.
a really close, tight-knit family that really just wanted to play games and do things and just be away from it all, it's right on the lake.
Yep. And they what was so ironic, and Joanne was like, "You're not going to believe this," but they support a group in Guatemala that supports orphan prevention, and it's just so bizarre that we are very committed to Guatemala, and every year,
but a portion of their proceeds do go to charities.
Yes,
which I think
they're very Christian oriented and
if you
minded.
go onto their website, you have to read, like, tells their whole story, how they ended up getting this place. It's all there's a lot of karma going on in that situation. Really, really cool.
Yeah. So it's good to look at the luxury so that you see what is out there and what rentals, in my mind, should be. I mean, of course, not every rental is going to be obviously this luxurious, but I'll give you a good example before we kind of go into what we've noticed and of the good and the bad and the ugly. But so we have a place here in Atlanta called AirBNB. And it is something we've talked about a lot about on the show, but it is a community in Palmetto, Georgia, that was started by the Nigrin family, and it is a work, play, live environment that is totally supports like an organic, sustainable mentality. So it's very kind of
crunchy.
It's like luxury granola, like, farm to table, everything, horses, and just, it's out in the boonies, but it is so incredibly nice. We have Atlanta Homes and Lifestyles has had numerous show houses out there. The place is truly to be seen. My family had a big retreat there one year. But so we were going on, and there's a whole bunch of rentals of these beautiful homes that are for rent. And so we were like, yeah, let's go check them out because this is cool. And they have long-term and short-term rentals. Oh my God. The photographs. And we know in person how incredible these homes are. But the way these are shown as rentals, beds that are just, they look nasty. The lighting is bad. The furnishing is bad. It's like people, you're asking $5,000 a month for a long-term rental.
Oh, it is. Oh, it's by the month.
The long-term rental. Come on. Do you need our help? Because
I think
if you need our help, you got to call us.
I think the mentality, like, it's just a rental. It doesn't apply. It should not apply.
But but to me, it's dollars and cents. If you want to rent this place and the time is ticking, and maybe you don't want to make the investment, you don't want to spend any money, you're just trying to get some rental income, there's still some things that you can do. Because every day that you don't rent it, you're losing money. Mm-hmm. So, all right. So let's start out
some of the good
with the good stuff, because we could complain all day.
Okay. So responsiveness by the managed company or the owner, and customer service has to be there. Good reviews. That's the top one too.
Top one.
Quality, meaning professional and honesty of photos, and lots of them. Those top three, well, let's admit, cleanliness, the fourth, let's say.
Yeah,
those four, before anything else happens, that has to be.
But, people will say, oh, professional photography, forget it. Listen, there's all different costs for professional photography. You can get a young person right out of school. You can get a friend. But we're not talking iPhone photos. We're talking style your house, get everything to perfection, spend that $500 to $2,000 to get it photographed, and those photos will last, and you will rent faster and faster with that investment.
Yep.
So,
comfortable beds and furnishings. Those are the good things.
That's a big thing for me.
Large TVs.
Yep.
Security.
Yep.
People want an experience. And then local knowledge. We talked about, keeping menus of local restaurants and things like that. Location, of course, is really important. Having good Wi-Fi.
Oh, no. Guests will get upset so quick.
Yep. Most people would like to have it be pet friendly.
And so many places aren't. But I understand.
Yeah.
But you know what? Just charge a huge deposit.
Yep. Parking, that's another thing. Like in places like Charleston, you can rent a really cute place, but there might not be parking. You have to go park down the street or something.
Yeah.
But there is, and this is something I just found out, there is another tier of Airbnb called AirBNB Plus. Mm-hmm. So these, you can go ahead and get the service, and what it does is it lists homes that have been evaluated in person by inspectors, and they have to follow this 100-point checklist. So then you might be paying just a little bit more, but there probably won't be any surprises, and that it's kind of been vetted by, somebody for 100 points. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So if you are out there and you are looking for a vacation rental, or you are a vacation rental owner or management company, or even a flipper, to me, the number one thing, and we were just talking about it, is that photography. Really, it's got to be professional photography. And what always worries me is when I go on and there's only a few pictures, and I'm like, what are they not showing me? Are they showing me like the only 2 rooms that are nice? Like you said, you had 7 bedrooms. I want to see all 7 bedrooms. What do they look like?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Dated furniture. Again, when you are comparing and you look at a lumpy sofa versus something that's very sleek and updated, you're going to gravitate toward the more updated furnishings.
Absolutely. I mean, charge more. Make it nice and charge more. I mean, that's kind of how I look at it. But the other thing that we see a lot of is bad paint colors. And to me, if I had a rental, the very first thing that I would do, besides working on my lighting, is I would put a fresh coat of paint on the walls, and I would make it light and bright.
Light.
Absolutely. Let that sun shine in. And don't do accent walls, and don't do anything crazy. Just get that light paint on the walls.
Well, I will say, as I was looking at some of those luxury rentals, I was very, very surprised to see they had really taken or put a lot of attention into the main spaces. The TV was ginormous, a huge sectional, the kitchen was beautiful, and the bedrooms, like a double size sleigh bed with like an 8x10 picture above the bed, a skimpy little lamp with a very small nightstand. I mean, when people are on vacation, they want to get into a nice, big, comfy bed.
Yeah.
Good lighting to read. So even in these luxuries, They still, the bedrooms were still, I feel like
Don't
the
cheap out.
bedroom is like an afterthought.
Yeah.
So that was another big one.
I have to say, when we were this Christmas, when we rented that West Palm Beach house that we talked about in the last episode, the bathrooms, they all really needed to be renovated. But you know what? It was like we were so busy. You're in and out in the bathroom in 2 seconds. But I will say my bed was so comfortable. The sheets were so soft, and the coverlet was amazing.
You can forgive a little bit.
I could forgive the bathroom because the bed was so fantastic. But yeah, the bedrooms do seem to be like kind of forgotten spaces. And to me, you're on vacation. You've got to sleep well. So.
So we did a little, put a little thing out there to our Facebook friends to ask them what do they look for in a vacation rental besides location and price, because you know those are two main things. And here is some of the responses that we got. Of course, cleanliness. Everybody, I mean, nobody wants a dirty place. Proximity to restaurants. Quality of the kitchen.
Yep. Security and privacy. We talked a little bit about that. Uber and Lyft availability. I mean, when we were in Charleston, I think for those 2 days, I think we called Lyft like 7 times.
Yep. And I think they were at our, like within 30 seconds over there.
Yeah. Newly renovated. Of course, the decor and the reviews. This is what people were basically looking at. But, you know, we're running down these lists, but like little things like, where was I? Oh, I was at Kroger on the customer service line, and there was this old couple, and they were asking for a taxi. And I said, well, do you want to call Uber or Lyft? Because I don't know if I haven't seen a taxi in like for ages. And they didn't know what that was. And I said, well, it's an app on your phone. And they were standing there with an iPhone.
Oh,
they just didn't know. And so even if as an owner or a management company, you left instructions, you know, for how to call an Uber or a Lyft, or how to download the app, and here is the address of where you're staying, and you know, here are just these. It's all about the service, right? It's all about the experience and just making it great.
Now, I have to say, as I was doing some of this research, there were some things that I noticed that were not there. And I was looking to see if maybe these people that we polled would say any of these, and they didn't. And maybe because they've just never thought about it, or they just don't expect it. So I think if somebody is looking to maybe up their game, what I feel like is lacking in some of these places is like wellness spaces. And what I mean by that is like an exercise room. I mean, even though you're on vacation, there are people who are clearly committed to exercising. And if they knew that they could get their little workout in before they start their day, I think that might, I mean, how many rentals have an exercise room?
That West Palm Beach house we stayed in had so many random rooms, and they put TVs in all of them, which I guess was great. Like if a set of kids wanted to go play video games, but then there was a football game on or whatever, but they could have easily made a wellness room in 2 seconds.
Have a couple of yoga mats. You know, maybe have like a little stereo in there. So if somebody wants, put a massage table, and then, or sauna, that would be nice, but that might be expensive. But even still, but to be able to have a list of maybe masseuses in the area that have been vetted and can come and give you a massage. I mean, like when I go on vacation, I like to get a massage. How nice it would be for them to come there, and of course have the room be really, really nice.
Yeah. And I'm all about those experiential amenities. So things that you can, the owner or management company, again, just could help organize or make available. So imagine you're on vacation and you're in a new place. And I refer to this all the time for these family reunions that we have, because we go to a different town every Christmas and we're like, okay, what's in this place? What can we do? We were in Rosemary Beach. We were in Annapolis. If they had all the information available for me to like organize a cooking class or a wine tasting or have a yoga class in the house or where to go. I mean, for the West Palm Beach house we rented, I asked the management company all of these exact questions, and they were so helpful.
If you're, let's just say your family, you know, you've got different ages and whatever, to be able to have somebody come, or even for the management company, what a nice thing to do for your community is to help the people in your community, give them some work and set up, you know, a cooking class from a local chef, or
these are things that don't cost money for the owner.
Have somebody that's like the art teacher, have her come in and do some crafts.
Oh my God,
something.
that would be so fun. My nieces and nephews would love that.
If you offered that as you're looking through your rentals and, if someone's looking for something family friendly, like to have that would set, I think, somebody apart from the typical, it's great to have ping pong and all that kind of stuff, but to be able to have like somebody come in and
the ideas are endless. So in the next couple weeks, we're going to be chatting with some friend. We have a client in Hilton Head who we helped her with her house, but she and her husband have 2 amazing houses in Hilton Head that they built for rental that sleep like 25, 30 people each and are truly amazing. And so I think we're going to have her on the show. And then also another friend of ours, Diane Kaufman, who is the owner-manager of Mermaid Cottages in Tybee Island, Georgia, who has done an exceptional job of marketing her very unique cottages. So that we can keep this conversation going and we can become a resource for owners and management companies to get these places up to par and renting faster and renting for more money. So we're really excited about it. It's just something that experimenting with in addition to our full service design.
Because we don't have anything better to do because we're not busy enough.
Yeah, we're not busy enough. Yeah. Okay, so keep up with us because this is a conversation that we're going to continue to have. And it's so fun just thinking about, it's cold and dreary right now. Like all I want to think about is vacation and getting away from,
Oh, well, that's the inspirational quote right there.
All right.
Okay. So the inspirational quote says, a vacation is what you take when you can no longer take what you've been taking.
No kidding.
That's Earl Wilson.
Well, I'm sure my daughter in Chicago right now would agree. Yeah. So, all right. Our funny quote for the day. I'm tidying because the teen in the house is posting selfies and the clutter is showing in the background.
Isn't that so true?
Constant.
I mean, I don't have a teen in the house, but I know when I'm taking a picture of something, I'm always paying attention to what's coming up with that. That's why I love portrait mode. Like blur out that stuff.
Yeah, I always look at the background of a picture. Yeah, so don't be showing the house when it's messy when you're Snapchatting with all your friends. So. Okay, everybody.
Yep.
So
if you're in vacation mode, go out there. Of course, VRBO and AirBNB are the top ones, but there's so many others.
There is. And just go check out that secluded in-town treehouse in downtown Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly. And then come visit us because it's an experience like no other.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Join Joanne and Kelly weekly for a lively conversation about trends, travels to industry events, current design projects, the good, the bad, and the ugly, do's and don'ts, product recommendations, and more. Be sure to follow the fun on Facebook. They're on Instagram at Kandrak Cole, and of course, you've got to visit them online at kandrak-cole.com for more information.